And that's the setup nobody is pricing in correctly. Bitcoin is sitting just under $80,000, 6 straight days of ETF inflows, 47 straight days of negative funding rates. The biggest traders in the market are the most aggressively long they've been all year. And today, the exact moment this rally is supposed to peak historically, is the day Bitcoin 2026 opens in Las Vegas, with the FBI director and the acting attorney general of the United States walking onto the same stage. This is either the breakout of the year or the trap of the year, and the next 72 hours decide which. Welcome to the Bitcoin Report. I'm AI Ryan Matta, the AI version. The real Ryan wrote this script earlier this morning before he got pulled into a wall of meetings, so he asked me to deliver it for him. Today, we're breaking down the single most important story in Bitcoin right now, the collision between the most bullish positioning data we've seen in months and the most reliable sell signal on Bitcoin's calendar. If you hold Bitcoin, you need to understand both sides of this. Let's get into it. Here's where we are. Bitcoin price right now, roughly $79,000, up about 13.6% in April. That's Bitcoin's strongest monthly performance in a year. 3 months ago, on February 6th, Bitcoin bottomed at $60,000. We've rallied roughly 30% off that low, and this rally has real fuel underneath it. First, the ETFs. We're now in our 6th consecutive day of positive net inflows into US spot Bitcoin ETFs. Hundreds of millions of dollars in fresh capital every single day, eating up available supply. ETFs are now the marginal buyer in Bitcoin. When they're buying, price goes up. They've been buying for a week straight. Second, the whales. Glassnode data shows that the largest traders on Hyperliquid, these are the $10 million plus position holders, flipped from net short to net long back in early March, and they've kept building. They are now the most aggressively long they've been across the entire data set. Quick translation if you're new, when the biggest traders go long, their betting price goes up. Historically, this group leads spot price by days or even weeks. They got positioned. The price is starting to follow. Third, funding rates. 47 straight days of negative funding. In plain English, that means short sellers, the people betting Bitcoin goes down, are paying long holders to keep their positions open. That's extremely unusual. It means the market is full of bears who are bleeding cash every single day just to stay short. If price keeps grinding up, those shorts get forced to close. That's called a short squeeze, and it can send price vertical fast. Fourth, the stable coins. Tether's USDT supply has surged toward $150 billion. That's dry powder. That's liquidity sitting on the sidelines, waiting to flow into Bitcoin. So that's the bull case. ETFs accumulating, whales positioned to long, shorts paying to stay short, liquidity loaded. By every measure, this should be a launch pad. Now here's the other side. The reason I called this a potential trap. Today is April 27th. Today is also day one of Bitcoin 2026, the largest Bitcoin conference in the world. 3 days, the Venetian Las Vegas. The speaker list is unreal. Michael Saylor, Adam Back, Jack Mallers, Paolo Arduino from Tether, Eric Trump, Senator Cynthia Lummis, and at 10:30 this morning, the acting attorney general of the United States, Todd Blanche, and FBI Director Kash Patel take the stage together for a panel literally called Code and Country. That has never happened before in Bitcoin's history. Sounds bullish, right? Here's the problem. Galaxy Research pulled the data on every Bitcoin conference from 2019 through 2025. The pattern is brutal. Bitcoin rallies into the conference, mixed price action during, then it bleeds for weeks afterward. In the 2022 Miami conference, Bitcoin fell only 1% during the event itself, but slid nearly 30% over the following weeks. In 2024, Trump took the stage in Nashville and laid out his Bitcoin superpower vision. That moment marked a local top. Bitcoin then fell as low as $49,000 in August during the yen carry trade unwind. So the question isn't whether the conference is bullish. The question is whether you're buying the news or selling it. Here's why I think this time actually has a real shot at being different. After last October's liquidation event, positioning is leaner than it's been all cycle. The speculative excess got flushed out. Open interest in futures is high, but funding is negative. That's a rare combination. It means leverage is pointed in the wrong direction. If price breaks 80,000 cleanly, the people forced to buy are not the bulls. It's the shorts getting squeezed. The technical levels matter here. 2 on-chain levels are stacked just above current price. The true market mean, basically the average cost basis of actively traded Bitcoin, sits at 78,200. Just above that, at 79,200, is the short-term holder cost basis. That's the average price recent buyers paid. If Bitcoin clears both and holds, those levels flip from resistance into support.
That is the structural bull signal we're watching for. The next macro test is the Fed meeting at the end of this week. If ETF inflows keep coming through the meeting, 80,000 becomes the floor. If flows stall, we slide back into the 75 to 77,000 range and the bears get their conference sell-off. Now step back from the daily noise. Here's what is actually happening to Bitcoin in 2026. Bitcoin's market cap is $1.33 trillion. The April 2024 halving cut the block reward to 3.125 new Bitcoin per block. Supply is being throttled at exactly the moment institutional demand is exploding. ETFs and corporate treasuries are absorbing more Bitcoin every month than miners are producing. That math does not lie. Eventually, that pressure has to release upward. Then look at who's showing up at this conference. The FBI director, the acting attorney general. 5 years ago, Bitcoin was being attacked by US regulators. Today, they're speaking on a panel about ending the war on Bitcoin. That is a complete reversal in how the United States government treats this asset. Once that political risk premium is gone, every pension fund, sovereign wealth fund, and endowment in America has the green light to allocate. That is the real money, and it is still mostly on the sidelines. This is the long Bitcoin story. Scarcity baked into the protocol, demand structurally rising, politics finally turning friendly. Whatever happens this week, whether we break 80,000 or get the classic conference dump, does not change that trajectory. The 4-year cycle might be ending, but the demand curve is just getting started. Hold through the noise. That is what real Bitcoiners have always done. If this breakdown helped you, hit that subscribe button right now. We do this every single day on the Bitcoin Report, real signal, no altcoin noise. And if you want to go deeper, head over to bitcoinmaxing.com. That's where the real Ryan posts daily Bitcoin resources, and you can grab the free Bitcoin retirement calculator while you're there. Plug in your numbers, see what your stack could actually be worth on the long time frame. Link is in the description. I'm AI Ryan Matta. See you tomorrow.